Sin and Punishment, released in 2000 for the Nintendo 64, developed by Treasure, who is well known for games like Radiant Silvergun and Ikaruga. It is no secret that many Japanese titles have gone unreleased for so long. Games like Devil World and the original Fire Emblem come into mind. However, with the power of the Virtual Console, Sin and Punishment has been released to the US audience, and whoa boy, there's been some horrible dubbing in this game.
Saki! Oh, Saki! Good morning, Saki.
Good morning, Iron.
Keep in mind, this game was already dubbed in English before it was cancelled. My name is Juggernaut, and this is my review for Sin and Punishment for Nintendo 64.
Archie! Archie! Hurry! Ava's Archie!
Are these the rebels?
One group of them, sir.
This game puts you into the shoes of Achi, Iran, and Saki, who are part of a rebel group known as the Savior Group. Their main job is to defend Japan from the Ruffians, a group of mutated monsters that start off as a way to combat food shortages, and the Armed Volunteers, an international peacekeeping organization, quote-unquote peacekeeping, mind you that oppresses the Japanese since the Ruffian invasion started off in Japan. Now to skip things over a little bit because the story is already as confusing as possible, insert crazy fight that turns the Earth's ocean blood red, which is so not a reference to Evangelion. Main character becomes a berserk ruffian and fucks shit up. Iran takes over as the main character and destroys an entire fucking navy fleet. Forget this convoluted story. Just shoot everything that comes your way and survive. In all seriousness, this is one of those weird cases where the gameplay matters more than the story instead of a really good balance. The objective of every level is to make it from point A to point B in one piece. Of course, in Treasure fashion, you have to keep an eye for everything that is shooting at you. Refer to Radiant Silvergun if you want to see a true treasure bullet hell. Every once in a while, there will be a boss fight. These boss fights are no joke since they actually put up a fight against you, and their weaknesses are not that obvious. Well, except for the first boss since it was very easy. There are two forms of attacking in this game. You have a gun that can be manually controlled by using the analog stick. This gun can be switched into an auto-lock mode, making it easier to hit enemies, however the bullets are weaker. The other form of attack is your sword, which is used only for close combat. Once an enemy is close to you, press the fire button and you will use your sword. The sword can also reflect many different attacks the enemy throws at you, which is used for extra damage. You have a jump button, which is mapped to the left shoulder button. If you get damaged while jumping, you will fall on the ground and take more damage. You also have a strafing button, which is mapped to the D-pad. Double tap that D-pad, your character will roll on the ground, which helps you avoid oncoming fire. This creates a weird control scheme which takes a while to get used to. At least it's not like Star Fox Zero's control scheme. Ooh, shots fired! The first stage of the game is like a tutorial level, which helps you get a better grasp of the game's controls. For every certain amount of enemies you destroy, you will get an extra continue, and trust me, you need those extra continues. The moment you lose all your continues, you return back to the main menu and you have to start all the way from the beginning of the game. This headache is at least mitigated by saves, so you can take a break from having to rip any hairs when in a fit of rage. Bonuses are acquired by completing one of these three objectives, with each objective having their own bonuses. You get one for time, high score, and health. For the time bonus, you are given a limited amount of time to complete the level. If you don't complete the level before the timer runs out, your health will start to decrease. For a beginner who is starting to get used to the controls, will have a lot of trouble on trying to beat the timer. Thankfully for all you newbies, there is an easy option so you can get used to the controls. Low key though. Let me put a little bit of real talk for you guys. My first playthrough, I had to shit the difficulty easy. Don't worry, you're all not newbies. Don't worry, I was a noob myself when it comes to play this game. You'll eventually learn. That point aside, even though the game is difficult, there are points of the game where the difficulty spikes up, especially in this part. Oh, and especially this part in the Long Island Railroad. Plus, there are moments when the awkward controls screwed me over and it's supposed to be in clutch moments in the game. It is like a love-hate relationship I have with this game. I want to love it, but there are so many things that made me not want to love it. I'm probably complaining too much at this point, but hear me out. This is by no means a very bad game. This game could have benefited better with a second analog stick, therefore making this whole awkward control scheme much more comfortable to play with.
I put her to sleep is all.
Why are you doing this?
I was testing your feelings. Look at yourself. Half of you is refusing iron. That's why you look that way.
I'm not refusing her.
As the already confusing story progresses, it is revealed to you that Achi is not of this world. Trust me, the game does not really do a good job on explaining backstory, so please bear with me on explaining this stuff in the story. It turns out she orchestrated the entire war in the game in order to breed a super soldier. That super soldier is Saki, who is now half human and half ruffian since his battle with Kachua. Iran gets kidnapped by Achi, which forces Saki to go after her. Once caught up with her, Achi transforms into a goddamn planet. No, I swear to you, this is not a mistranslation. Nor am I drunk, but yes, she turned herself into a planet. This is Achi's last-ditch effort in making Saki her weapon by operating under the logic that if Saki wants to defend the Earth, she'll become the new Earth. What? That doesn't make any sense. How does one comprehend a story like this? I mean, look! Achi just transformed into a planet! Confusion aside, this battle forces you to multitask on preventing the Earth from taking damage, while at the same time defending yourself from this fake planet's attack. Going in Space Invader style, of course. Once you defeat Achi, she returns back to her human form temporarily to warn Saki that by destroying her, Saki now has to take responsibility for the planet in her absence. Oh, and then the bitch dies, by the way. Saki and Iran make babies, conceive Issa, and then Sin and Punishment 2 begins. The end! God damn this fucking story. Overall, this game is average. Things that detracted me was the bad controls and the confusing storyline enough to make Metal Gear Solid cry in jealousy. To give Metal Gear Solid the benefit of the doubt though, at least you can read up about it and at least learn something about the story. This game could have benefited well with a dual analog control instead of the single analog the N64 has. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. The game makes up its faults for its awesome gameplay once you get used to the controls. It feels so rewarding once you know how to kick some ass in the game. The difficulty is enough to rip your hair out, but it lets you change your difficulty if it gets hard. If you're up for the challenge, play on hard mode. Now for my final consensus for this game, if you're a fan of rail shooters or treasure games in general, pick this game up on the Wii Virtual Console. Hell, even buy a hard copy of it on eBay. If you're a casual gamer, this game is not easy to pick up since this forces you to learn a new control scheme which might take a while to get used to. All those mentions aside, this game gets my final score of
Get bonus!
out of 10. Thank you all for seeing my review. My references used in this video will be linked down below in the description. And if you like this video, please leave a like on this video, and please subscribe to my channel so you can see more reviews like this. Also, on my channel, I'm also doing Let's Plays and streaming sometimes if I actually stick to a schedule, but I'm right now Let's Playing ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo. It's actually a very interesting game, part of the Quintet series if you guys haven't heard of it. I plan to do a little bit more of the Quintet series, but it's gonna be later on in the future while I'm mixing some other games in it. But also, you can also see me stream Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64, which, as you can tell by some of the video clips that I've been posting up, you probably could take a laugh or two because this game is very fucking hard when it comes to be playing with rental Pokemons. So click on the annotation for any of those videos, whatever piques your interest. But anyways, this is Juggernaut signing out. See you later.